Tonight we bring you 3 terrifying encounters that will make you question the shadows around you. Turn off the lights, put on your headphones, and prepare to face what hides in the dark. Story 1. The Whisper. Behind the door, I've always been afraid of the dark, but that night, I found out the dark is afraid of me. It was just another quiet night. I was home alone, lying on the couch with the TV playing for background noise. The clock said 2:58 a.m. I was dozing off when I heard something strange. A whisper. Faint. Distant. Adiao. First, I thought it was the TV, but when I turned the volume down, the whisper continued. It came from the hallway. More precisely, from my bedroom. The door was slightly open and the sound seemed to be calling me. First a psst, barely audible. Then clearly, my name. Someone was waiting. My body froze. But curiosity won. I stood up, slowly walked toward the room, and stopped right in front of the door. The whisper stopped. Total silence. I placed my hand on the doorknob, and just as I turned it, I heard it again. Louder, closer. Lucas. My heart raced. I pushed the door open. The room was empty. I stepped inside, scanning every corner. Everything looked normal, until the door slammed shut behind me. The light flickered and went out. I stood frozen in the dark, and then I heard it, right next to my ear, a deep, wet breath. Like someone was just inches away. I turned around, panicked. Nothing. That night, I slept on the couch with every light on. But in the morning, I saw something that chilled my spine. On the bedroom wall behind the door, handprints, as if someone or something had been trying to get out. Since then, every night at exactly 3 a.m., someone whispers my name, and I never opened that door again. Story 2. The room that was never empty. They say solitude can drive someone insane, but I've learned the worst is thinking you're alone when you're not. I moved into a rented room. Simple, cheap, in an old house. Quiet. Perfect for what I could afford. The landlord told me the hallway got dark at night. Wiring issues, he said. The first night went fine, until I woke up in the middle of the night to a sound. Footsteps. Slow. Dragging. They started in the hallway and stopped at my bedroom door. I held my breath, stayed completely still. The footsteps stopped, but I was sure someone was standing right there on the other side. The next day, I asked the landlord if anyone else lived there. He laughed. The house is old, you'll hear things. The second night, the footsteps returned. Same time, 2:47 a.m., but this time, they stopped. Inside the room. I never heard the door open, just the step coming in and stopping by my bed. I slowly turned my face, and I swear I saw a shadow in the corner. I shut my eyes, didn't move. It stood there, breathing, watching. By morning, it was gone. But the air still felt heavy, as if the room had never really been empty. On the third night, I didn't want to sleep, but I passed out. I woke up with chills down my spine. No footsteps, no shadows, but the bedsheet was pressed down beside me, like someone was sitting there. I jumped up, turned on every light. Nothing. But the pillow was still warm, like someone had just used it. The next morning, I packed and left. No refund, no explanation. But even now, I still wake up at 2:47, and I feel someone standing right next to my bed. In a small village, a cat named Whiskers discovered a magic fish in a pond. The fish promised 3 wishes in exchange for its freedom. Whiskers wished for endless fish, a cozy bed, and a bell that rang softly. The fish granted all 3 wishes and swam away, leaving Whiskers content and purring in the sun. Story 3. The Face in the Mirror. They say mirrors reflect the truth, but no one warned me. Sometimes they show things that don't belong in this world. It started on a normal night. I had just finished showering. Steam fogged the bathroom mirror, and I wiped a narrow strip, just enough to see my face. But something felt off. The reflection was delayed. Not by much, just a second, but enough to feel wrong. I moved. It followed after, like a lagging video. I blinked, leaned closer, and then I noticed something worse. The reflection was smiling. But I wasn't. My heart froze. I ran out, tried to rationalize. Stress, exhaustion, maybe I imagined it. When I returned minutes later, the mirror was normal. Days passed. Quiet. Then came the dreams. Dreams of the mirror. Of him. The other me. In the dreams, he just stood there, staring back, closer every night. On the fourth night, I woke up to a soft sound, tapping, like fingers on glass. I went to the bathroom, and he was there, smiling again. But this time, he moved calm on his own. He pressed his hand against the mirror, and slowly, with one finger, wrote in the fog, "You are not the real one." I froze, couldn't move, couldn't scream. I stepped back, and the reflection didn't follow. He stayed there watching, as if waiting for me to turn my back. The next morning I covered every mirror in the house. But that night, it got worse. Because the bathroom mirror, even covered, had smudges. Like someone not inside but had wiped it clean, and in the center the same message. "You are not the real one." Now I avoid mirrors. I don't know what happens if I stare too long. All I know is, every morning the fogged glass leaves me a message, and the face staring back isn't mine anymore. In a small village, a cat named Whiskers discovered a magic fish in a pond. The fish promised 3 wishes in exchange for its freedom. Whiskers wished for endless fish, a cozy bed, and a bell that rang softly. The fish granted all 3 wishes and swam away, leaving Whiskers content
Some stories
and purring
stick with us,
in the
not
sun.
because they're grand events, but because of the unease they